Hey everyone, Carl back with Littleroot Lessons, bringing you a deep dive featuring Regidrago. This was requested, I think it was like last week, but I wanted to get Chansey Shuckle and some other stuff covered, so we're getting kind of caught back up now. Remember to hit that like button, hit the subscribe button, ring the bell for notifications for when new videos go live. We put new videos out every single day of the week. And let's just jump right into Regidrago here. So Regidrago is it's the other half of the Regi duo, if you want to call it that, the Regidrago duo. But kind of like Regilecki, it's very offensive, whereas the other Regi trio is very defensive in nature. However, unlike a Lecky, it's got a very high HP stat, and it's honestly nowhere near as popular as the crazy speedy Regilecki. However, with all this stuff in mind, Regidrago can be a very good offensive threat on specific teams. So, introduced in the Crown Tundra DLC, Regidrago's seen a lot less play compared to Regilecki. However, it doesn't make it unplayable. It's seen play in multiple events, kind of on these weird, super fast Regidrago deals damage teams. And the amount of damage its signature move can do, Dragon Energy, should not be underestimated. I would say that Regidrago probably fares better in Series 10 than it did in the previous series, just because Dragon Energy does so much, and there's no Dynamax to kind of try and tank some of it. But I kind of am hesitant just to say Regidrago is going to be great, because Regidrago still has some pretty big flaws, and we'll kind of talk about that here in a second. Common partners for Regidrago tend to lead super supportive because Regidrago is super offensive. Usually supports in the form of redirectors and speed control, things like Tailwind, Trick Room, Follow Me, Rage Powder, stuff like that. So the supports tend to be more fairy types, which turns out to actually just be a very helpful thing because Regidrago's weak to Dragon, and you kind of can pull these Dragon moves away from it. Other Tailwinders like Tornadus are very popular too. And alongside those supportive Pokemon, Steel types tend to be very good partners as well. Just because Regidrago is weak to Fairy, weak to Dragon, and Steel types resist both Fairy and Dragon, so they make real good switching partners. Celesteal is a very good option in my opinion, just because of its insane bulk and its damage output also being special means that you can run your Whimsicott alongside your Celesteela, like with Fake Tears and whatnot, and not be super duper punished, and still have a solid team strategy. Looking at the breakdown here, fun fact, Dragon types like to run Dragon moves, especially when you get a boost on said Dragon moves with your ability Dragon's Maw. So Dragon Energy is the signature ability, signature move of Regidrago. With its signature ability Dragon's Maw, means your damage output is through the roof. This is a spread damage move that does damage based on your total HP, very much like Eruption, so I'm not surprised to see that it is the number one used move. Beyond that, Draco Meteor, Dragon Pulse, these are common things and it makes sense. Hyper Beam is like, if you can't hit fairies, you have something to hit fairies with kind of situation. Breaking Swipe and Dragon Claw are kind of interesting. You don't think of Regidrago as a physical attacker, but it kind of makes sense. Breaking Swipe on like Choice Scarf sets is kind of good because you can just lower things' attacks over and over and over while they just sit there and try to chip away at you. Also, I'm surprised to see Protect. A lot of these sets are Choice sets or Assault Vest sets, so the fact that there's 20% Protect and 20% Dragon Fang kind of makes sense. When you go to build with Regidrago, a lot of it's just going to be item choice. Choice Scarf and Choice Specs and Assault Vest all kind of mean you're kind of stuck running 4 damaging moves, whereas like we mentioned, Dragon Fang lets you run Protect. But a lot of the times you're going to be running Dragon Pulse, Dragon Energy, Draco Meteor, and Hyper Beam, usually. Remember to have strong checks for Fairy and Steel types, as they can wall Regidrago a lot. If they happen to have like Grimmsnarl, Tapu Fini, all they have to do is just have both of them out in the field, and a lot of Regidrago's damage is just null and void. Tailwind's your best friend. You can do Trick Room stuff, but because its speed is like in that 80 range, once you get to like 145, you can double it to 290, which, fun fact, outspeeds Regilecki at max speed Timid. So just things to think about when you're looking to build your Regidrago team. And redirection is also a very powerful tool. especially in these Dynamax and these non-Dynamax formats. Redirection is probably going to be very, very popular again. So being able to pull all these dragon type and fairy moves away outside of like Dazzling Gleam from Xerneas, obviously you don't want to run into that. But just like redirection is going to be a very powerful tool for your Regidrago. I've only got 2 sets for you today because they're just all so common and similar that there's not much to talk about between Choice Scarf and Choice Specs, whereas talking about the Choice items in this Assault Vest set can kind of get into a little bit of a varied thing. So the Choice Scarf set obviously wants to go super duper fast, Dragon Energy, Dragon Pulse, Hyper Beam, and we have Breaking Swipe here just to kind of be utility when we need to be. Looking at the other set here, we have an Assault Vest set trying to be played in Trick Room. We're still max special attack and has some pretty good defenses and special defense. Having a base 200 HP means we don't have to put any real investment into HP as well, meaning we can kind of do some other stuff with it. Dragon Energy, Dragon Pulse, Hyper Beam, Draco Meteor seems super duper common. Because it's in that base 80 speed range, you can go quiet 0 speed IVs and be played in Trick Room, especially in like a restricted format where the bar for Trick Room is a little bit higher. Whereas I am more reliant on the Tailwind set, and I feel like it's a little bit more reliable to get damage off. So you kind of just pick and choose your battles here. Like I mentioned earlier, it's walled by all Fairy and Steel types because Steel resists and the Fairy is immune. Because most Regidrago are only Dragon types attacks and Hyper Beam. So if you have any Fairy or Steel types, have them in the back or get ready to lead them just against Regidrago, just in the off chance that it shows up. Its signature move, Dragon Energy, is based off its damage is based off Regidrago's current HP total. So if you can get any kind of chip in for priority, Fake Out, Grassy Glide, Aqua Jet, even if the resisted hits, it's still going to chip away at that total HP and reduce Dragon Energy's power by a lot. And Regidrago is fairly reliant on the speed control, getting up Tailwind, setting up Trick Room, and things like that. So if you can either match it or stop it, you'll have a much easier time dealing with Regidrago overall. So to wrap up on Regidrago, although it hasn't seen much play in previous series, I feel like it has a chance to make a good wave in Series 10 since Dynamax leaves the format and it's not as threatened as much as it would. With proper team support, it can definitely get set up to be a potential meta threat. I see Dragon types and Fairy types just skyrocketing in usage though, so I'm hesitant to say break out your Regidragos, everyone. But keep it in the back of your mind and keep thinking about it when you need a Dragon type or need really good spread damage. Regidrago is going to be there for you. And with that being said, I want to thank everyone for hanging out and listening to me rant about Regidrago today. Remember to check us out on Twitter. Handles are here on screen. Check the Discord link down below. Today would be Wednesday. This is about 3 weeks out, I think. 2.5 weeks out from our end of our draft league. If you're interested in that, make sure to join the Discord and follow down below. And remember to hit the subscribe button. It's free and it helps us out a ton. Helps out with the YouTube algorithm and all that. And comment down below who you want to see me cover next week. I would like to get started covering Series 10 stuff, but I'll kind of leave it up to you guys. And with that being said, have a wonderful morning, afternoon, evening, wherever in the world, and we will see you all on Friday with Rillaboom. Bye, guys.